Hello, my name is Brandon Arroyo, COO of Kago Aerospace. Kago Aerospace's Team Stellar is one of 29 international teams competing for the Google Lunar X Prize. Sponsored by Google and the X Prize Foundation, the Google Lunar X Prize incentivizes commercial companies, not government, to reach for the stars and develop a sustainable future in space, developing new technologies. Please enjoy this short clip of Charles Bolden, NASA's administrator, focusing on commercial companies and the future of space.
When I hear people say or listen to the media reports that the final shuttle flight marks the end of U.S. human spaceflight, I have to tell you, you all must be living on another planet. We are not ending human spaceflight. We are recommitting ourselves to it and taking necessary and difficult steps today to ensure America's preeminence in human space exploration for years to come. But we have to do things differently. For one, we have to get out of the business of owning and operating low Earth orbit transportation systems and hand that off to the private sector, exercising sufficient oversight, of course, to ensure safety of our astronauts. We need to focus on deep space exploration while empowering today's innovators and entrepreneurs to carry out the rest. This new approach to getting our crews and cargo into orbit will create good jobs and expand opportunities to the American economy. And let me be crystal clear about this. I believe that American companies and their spacecraft should send our astronauts to the International Space Station, rather than continuing to outsource this work to foreign governments. Last week, we issued a call for proposals for mission concepts studies of a solar electric propulsion system demonstration, just one of the many technologies we need to advance and validate as we seek to reach those farther destinations. Consider how the architectural options for human exploration of our solar system will change as we develop space technologies for which there is wide consensus we need. Better in-space propulsion, refueling depots on orbit, inflatable habitats, high reliability life support systems, high bandwidth communications, adaptive avionics, radiation protection, integrated human and robotic systems, and precision navigation. We need future generations to be able to do more than we can today. The students and early career scientists and engineers I speak to around the world have a ton of energy and enthusiasm. They're excited about the chance to do something new, to be on the ground floor of the next big frontier of human exploration, to put their big ideas into practice, and they should be. If you're studying in a STEM discipline today, you're going to have a great career ahead of you, not just at NASA, but at other government agencies or in private industry or academia. So, when that final shuttle landing occurs and the cheers and tears subside, we'll keep on moving toward where we want to go next. Your kids and my grandkids, they're going to do things that today we can barely dream of. Our nation has made great progress throughout its history by innovating solutions to meet grand challenges, to build an intercontinental railroad, or land a man on the moon and return him safely to Earth. These challenges not only motivated a technological workforce, they also created new technologies and innovation along the way. These achievements inspired generations to pursue challenging goals, created new industries, and ultimately improved our country and our world. 50 years ago, a young president gave NASA a grand challenge, one chosen not for its simplicity, but for its audacity, to, as I quote, best measure and organize our collective energies and skills, unquote. In accomplishing that goal, NASA not only defined America, it made a lasting imprint on the economic, national security, and geopolitical landscape of our time. Today, we have another young president, Barack Obama, who has outlined an urgent national need to out-innovate, out-educate, and outbuild our competitors, and create new capabilities that will take us farther into the solar system and help us learn even more about our place in it. President Obama not only honors the Kennedy space legacy, but also, again, challenges this nation with his vision for the next era of exploration. And let me tell you, NASA is ready for the grand challenge. Thank you all for blessing me by allowing me to be here.
Hello, I am here with Brandon Arroyo, COO of Kago Aerospace. Thank you, Brandon, for allowing me to do this interview, asking a bunch of questions I have, and I'm sure you viewers do as well.
My pleasure.
Tell me about the team of Team Stellar.
Well, the team consists of Keith Gaylor, and he is in charge of, he's the team leader. He's in charge of the heading up the team as far as in sponsors and investors. Myself, I'm the COO of Kago Aerospace and the technical director for Team Stellar. We also have Grayson Randall over at Insight Technologies, and he's a senior robotic engineer who's going to be helping us out with all our robotics and automation. We also have Steve Arroyo, who's my father, and he is our senior electrical engineer. He's going to be helping develop all the electrical systems on board, and we currently have started development on multiple computers and different technologies to support Grayson in his endeavors. We also have Jay Nemeth, who is in charge of our 3D camera technologies, and he works with a company called Flightline Films, and they are now partnered with us to develop the camera systems and the 3D technologies necessary to transmit 3D high-definition images from the moon. And so that is pretty much our team.
That sounds great. Very experienced team.
Definitely. Very experienced.
Well, tell me, what is Team Stellar's mission?
Team Stellar's mission is to launch a three-part vehicle, a cruise vehicle to get us to the moon, a descent vehicle which is going to take us down, and then a rover vehicle to explore the lunar surface. And from that, we are going to transmit, like we said earlier, the 3D stereoscopic images back to Earth live to be distributed amongst everybody, the world, through the YouTube distribution channel.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So
this rover, do we get to see it in action?
You do, actually. I have a video that we could play after this that is the rover in its test configuration. This is not the actual rover that would be going to the moon, but this is to prove out the electronics and making sure everything works.
Great. Well, stay tuned. We're going to have a short clip of the rover, and we'll be back to ask Brandon some more questions. Thank you.
Enjoy. This is our Team Stellar rover. As you can see, it is in test configuration where we are proving out the electronics. The rover features collision avoidance, camera systems, and other guidance sensors in order to navigate the different obstacles that are going to be encountered in the lunar environment. And once again, this is not the actual rover that will be going to the lunar surface. There are many steps that need to take place in order to prepare the rover for the lunar environment, such as the lunar dust that would be getting into several components and the space rating of the electronics. This was only purely to test the electronics as they were on Earth. However, the further design work needs to be done to fully space rate this and fully prepare it for the lunar environment. And here we are testing the artificial intelligence programming, having the rover navigate its way through the trees all on its own. So this is our rover as it stands today, and we look forward to releasing more videos of the mechanical design work once we start to complete that and transfer the electronics within the new rover.
Well, welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did. It reminded me of when I was younger and I had those remote control cars. I'm sure it's more complicated than a remote control car, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, the remote difference is remote control car you would drive yourself. Obviously, this is a completely autonomous vehicle, so you just tell it where to go and it goes by itself.
Well, it was a great video. Well, Brandon, what partner would you like to take the time and recognize?
Well, I'd like to point out our relationship with George Washington University. We've been communicating back and forth to develop a new solar electric propulsion system to be put on our craft, and that's going to be our primary propulsion system to drive us towards the moon. And it is really the future of space travel is going to be ion or some type of an electric propulsion system used in space. It's the future of propulsion. So we're very excited about that relationship, and every day it just keeps developing further and further. And that's who we'd like to recognize.
Well, that's wonderful. Well, what is the next steps for Team Stellar?
The next steps, we're in the funding phase where we definitely have a good start. We have a lot of our material already built, and we're starting to move forward on some of the designs on the larger pieces. And for that, we're going to need to raise capital, obviously. So we have sponsors in mind, as well as multiple investors that are looking to invest into KAGO Aerospace. And so developing that further is going to be our next step after our Team Summit next week.
Great. Well, tell me more about Team Summit. What is that?
The Team Summit is in Northern California, and it's going to be, Google is putting it on with the X Prize Foundation. And we're basically going to be at the SETI Institute and also at the NASA Ames Research Center for the Team Summit, which is basically all the teams coming together, the 29 teams, and meeting to discuss the future of space as well as landing on the moon.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, Brandon, thank you very much for taking this time to interview with me. I know I appreciated it, and I bet you a bunch of viewers did as well. I really appreciate that. Thank you.
Definitely, you're welcome.
And for more information regarding Team Stellar, visit his website as well as the Facebook page or email the team members. Thank you again.
Thank you.
It's true that the aerospace field faces many significant challenges, but challenges can also serve as catalysts for innovation. No doubt, we're going to have to develop new ways of doing business. Tomorrow's space program is taking shape right now.